Welcome to Sri and Kira Live. As our world spins seemingly out of control, we are all experiencing time speeding up, chaos shifting to a new level, and a yearning to know the greater mysteries of the universe. What does it all mean? Visionary spiritual teachers and best-selling authors Sri Ram Kaur and Kira Ra explore these mysteries, offer live soul readings, and invite you to open up your mind, body, and spirit to the paradigms that are shifting. Bringing you fresh perspectives and timeless wisdom, here are Sri and Kira.
Namaste, beloved ones. I'm wisdom teacher Sri Ram Kaur, and off there you see Kira Ra waving at you. Well, our guardian of the campus, Merlin, our beautiful cat, is on top of a tiger that was carved into the tree by Señor Geraldo Tigre, a very wonderful Ecuadorian artist. And Kira is standing in front of a brick casita that we affectionately call the Peace House. Take a look at the window up there. And there's another little casita off to the side. And we just wanted to share a glimpse of our paradise with you.
And you know, we want to go ahead. I can't see what I'm showing you. I'm just going to trust, but we are at such a beautiful moment right now in our valley. I'm going to scooch the other way out of the camera. Sri and I are actually sitting on a beautiful new rooftop balcony, and hopefully you can see our prayer garden of the 44 prayer flags and Maria, and coming around to this beautiful huge Nawale tree sitting in front of my stunning husband, or my husband's in front of it. Coming around, I don't know, you might be able to see the Violet Ray Dome, and of course the Compadres Mountains.
There's the mountains.
And I'm going to come back over at 360. There is Merlin's cottage. Yes, Sri, are we getting it?
Yeah, you got the pyramid
and
there.
The pyramid.
Slow down. There we go.
It is. And those steps right there are the steps that go up to
up the mountain.
To the Temple of Light, bringing us full 360 right back, I think so, where Merlin is really fascinated, Sri. He really is.
Yeah, he's claiming his throne there, huh?
He really is. And so, Sri, I'm going to bring the camera back to where we are here to welcome all of you while we find a way into
right about there. Looks pretty
are
good.
We good?
Yeah, I
hey,
think so.
Hey, I'm
Come on around here.
Shocked we did it. Wow, how amazing. All right. Well, namaste, everyone, and welcome. Yeah, we did just fine with our camera. This is our new balcony on top of what we're lovingly referring to as our Casa Cañari, which is a new little casita here at Tosa Blue Mountain. And as you can see, what a better way to start July, the birth month of my beloved husband, than right here. And I've been looking at the wrong camera. Forgive me. I'm just going to look right up here. And our dog and cat are literally playing dog and cat, more like cat and mouse right now, I think. So you might see a lot of
we know who
fun.
Will win.
We definitely know who will win. So my beloved angels, from our nirvana to yours, welcome to July. There is literally a hummingbird chirping. It's right up there. This is the moment of experience. And Sri and I, the past few days here at Toasted Blue Mountain have been so stellar beautiful that we have really, yesterday beginning with our Mastery Mentorship Miracle Ceremony, today it's been about sharing the blessing of this wind, of feeling these winds of change, of feeling the experience that is before us now, of breathing it in as nourishment rather than resisting it as a detriment. So just take a moment, bring a hand to your heart, because we have so much to share. And Sri, I know that before we go any further, we have some phone numbers for people, right?
That's right.
All
888-608.
No, that's not it. It's not. It's.
Yes,
it is 608.
I forgot.
No. No. Okay.
BBS,
give us the code again. Put it in the chat, please.
And,
but you can call over at
Oneness.
There it is.
517-208-1500. Give us a ring. 517-208-1500.
And thank goodness a lot of you already know that number, because plenty of you are in there. So get in the queue. 517-208-1500. And in just a moment, we're asking over at BBS, please put into the chat over there for us the 800 number so we can announce it. And so this is what happens when Sri and Kira wind up saying at the last minute, it's just too beautiful. This is a live show. Thank you for being so precious and being with us right now. So
Absolutely.
as we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and behind us, of course, these are our compadres mountains that we're always talking about, and everything you're seeing here is our land, and this is actually a Nawale tree. And we've got that number. Let's put it in there, Shrey.
So please feel free to give a ring to 888-627-6008.
Oh, there it was.
888-627-6008.
There it is.
You know, we'd
love
love to
it.
hear from you, whether you want to share an observation, ask for a mini soul reading, have a question about bodily ascension symptoms. We're here for you.
We really are. And let's now I want you to breathe in, watching the trees. You know, part of the reason we're broadcasting to you here, right in the front of the Peace House, is so that you can feel Mother Gaia is talking. July is about the mother herself speaking and offering us all an opportunity of great experience.
Get more mountain?
We are getting a little more mountain. Thank you, Shrey.
Good
Shrey just
enough?
lifted the camera so you can see the sky up here over our beautiful compadres mountains. So as you're breathing that in, and one of the gifts of breathing in pure air, of skies that are free of chemtrails, of energy that just says yes every day, of hearing birds chirping all the time, is the experience. So Shrey, I want to first begin. We're going to put up, here it comes, because this is that show, right? Let's take a look at that July up-level calendar right now. Shrey, let's put that baby up. So here we are, and if you're listening to the show, no worries. We're going to walk you through it. So the first thing that's happening here in July, I want you to look right in the center of the calendar, like around 6, 7, 13, 14, those dates, so that you immediately notice that this month is a month of spiral energy. Everything this month is spiraling, and everything is offering itself as part of the spiral. And so what is so beautiful about that is that as it is part of the spiral, if you look at right now, today, this is Sunday the 4th. What's so fascinating is you see this tree that's coming up, and it was interesting. Earlier this morning, Shrey and I were taking a walk, and I was noticing some of our trees. We actually have a couple trees that look exactly like this. They're trees that may not be thriving the way a typical tree would thrive, yet what's happening is that these trees have become the host of so much other life. And if you gaze at that tree, if you're looking at it, and if you're not, let me share it with you. Coming out of right now today, coming out of that which was dead, is rising a ladder that is offering a helping hand, that is going all the way back up into the cosmos, that actually began last week, and is coming back out and is going to be received by you in the flow of this spiral, most potently coming up this week. And this is all in alignment with the new moon. So I also want you to notice that on Friday, the Mercury retrograde post-phased ended. How many of you last week felt like we were still in Mercury retrograde? I know we did more than once, right? And that a fire began burning this weekend. But if you look at the illuminated new moon, it's a fire of inspiration. It's a fire of illumination. All energy is being illuminated right now. And remember, energy is neutral. And so if you are open to being inspired, if you are living that experience, you are able to manifest now in ways you have never manifested before. And when that illuminated new moon comes in, 2 days later, on Monday, July 12th, when we were guided by the Ascended Masters themselves to begin the second series of the I Am discourses in harmony with the oneness lessons, we begin our first up level. And I think we just need to stop there, right, Shrey? And let's just talk. First, you know, the 10th is his birthday. I want to say that before he does it.
I'm a water boy. Anyway, the thing I want to emphasize is, Monday the 12th, we're going to be kicking off a 12-week series that is truly inspiring and uplifting.
12-12.
12-12.
I love that. I didn't think about that till just now.
And so we encourage you to go over to ShreyandKira.com and click on those lessons of oneness, the I Am Monday Magic, we call it. It's a wonderful community that gathers.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, I do enjoy that as Shrey and I are talking about the potency of that and the magic. I want to share something that recently I was in a very interesting conversation with someone who shared something with me that I thought was very profound, and that was how there was an organization that is rewriting the discourses of the organization, and that they're doing that because they feel they need to be woke. And without getting into whatever that conversation means, what it led us to, as Shri and I were sharing that, because I thought it was a very powerful insight, was that in the past 12 weeks, this was the first week we did not, this Monday is our week off, the week between the weeks, so to speak. And over those past 12 weeks, we have been leading up to this moment, this gift of experience, this July. Remember that June, July, August is one energy, right? It's June, July gets whatever you want to call it, right? Jugalist, right? It's one energy. And so because of that, if we think of this as a trinity, if we think of this as a pyramid, as we come into this energy, this month of experience is extremely important because it's like the glue, it's the bridge, it's that which is going to be holding it all together. And how we experience this month is a direct reflection of the mastery consciousness that is willing to ascend to meet it. This is a profound month, and this is the month where the first of those three gates has sealed. Remember, everything's been in trinities. That first gate opened in May, it was mirrored in June, and here in July, as it was shown on the calendar, it is now sealed. So what does that mean, Shri? Let's look at those concentric. Let's remember, and I pray you have your own copy of the Up-Level calendar. If you don't, I don't know why not. Go to shrikira.com, get your copy of the Up-Level calendar, and also help a lot of people still eat. So if you look here, 2021 energy flow as spiral time ignition. I'm gonna slow down again if this is your first time joining us or if you're not familiar with this. 2020 and 2021 are the culminating energetic years of the 2015 through 2021 ascension. We've been calling it escalator, right? Mm-hmm. So this started, and we put out a whole bunch of information on this in 2015, including year by year exactly how the energies were going to play out, and it's been pretty fascinating to look at it in hindsight.
Yes.
And so one of the surprises that we did not see in 2015, nor were we shown, because we are all loved so much, and so most likely it was not even in the potentialities then in 2015, was that in 2020 we started what was known as the up level. And it was a 2-year up level because that escalator, somewhere along the line, it needed maintenance, and they must have been at lunch for a while because that maintenance didn't come until the very last minute. And when that ascension escalator started again, it was behind schedule. So this up-level opportunity is a beautiful blessing in that if you gaze at the spiral time, this is the first time our consciousness has taken us here. And so I want to just show one thing and then we'll stop the share. If you look at those green, there are 3 concentric green. You see those 3 green, they're pulse waves. They're harmonic pulse waves. And these are amplifications of energy we have not ever experienced before because our consciousness never allowed us to get here. And right now in July, if you see to the left, it says January, March, May, July. You see that May, June, July corridor is now sealed, completely sealed. And as July transits and becomes August, you'll begin to notice that about mid-August, and we can stop the share now, mid-August, it's going to be August 12th, and I want, please, everyone, make a note on your calendar. We do not have it up on our website yet. It'll be up this week. We are coming together as lineage holders. That's why you saw lineage holder and the graphic today. Break free of that which is binding you, which is the mind that is seeking to continually experience the same thing over and over again, just with prettier language or just with greater ego satisfaction. Yeah. That's the spiral of July, excuse me. This is an experience spiral.
You know, it's important to remember that the opportunity for your self-ascension has never been more robust, more available. And what's been going on for the last several years, especially 2015 up until 2022, is this continuous ramping up. It seems to have its kind of levels and cycles a little bit within the overall lift. And it's important to recognize you have a choice. You can choose to participate in this, which means releasing the attachment to the way you used to experience life. Now, we're here in an experience month, which means you're going to become ever more cognizant of what's going on around you. And as Kira shared earlier with respect to the calendar and the ascended numerology, all of it, what you see is a reflection of your level of consciousness. And as we relax into our hearts, we automatically lift and we begin to look at the world a little differently, don't we? We begin to have a little more love, acceptance, and spaciousness. But when we're only looking through a mental filter or through a belief system filter, then we have a predefined reality that either life is conforming to that reality or I'm rejecting that which doesn't conform. We run into that polarization. So it's an important time to pay attention to your own process, to notice where am I kind of frozen and not evolving, and where am I available for the upliftment? Right. Because in the question, am I available to lift, you will know the response. You'll feel the response. And then if your response is no, I'm not available, then either say I love myself just as I am, or ask, what do I need to do to soften that?
Ooh, you know, Sheree, I want to, as you're sharing that, I'm immediately brought back to Thursday night. And I do want to give a shout out and a bow to all of you that had said yes to the Navigating the Inner Matrix program. Thank you. You're changing the world. For those of you that have taken it before and the emails we've already received of, oh my God, is this even the same program? Wait till we get deeper into it. And so as you were sharing, I was immediately feeling the energy of all of you and want to just share that if you've been thinking about navigating the inner matrix, most likely this is probably the last time you're going to get Sheree and I teaching this live. And even we are blown away at what's happening during this program. And we're only one lesson into it, which means if you still want to do it, you've got to register by tonight, because it will be too late then. It'll be available as home study, but to join us in this live experience with this incredible family, the coaches that have come forward. Remember, you get coaching, you get actual personal coaching.
This program
will change your life.
Thousands of people have written us on how their life is enhanced, their abundance is expanded, and it does take your commitment. It's 9 weeks of commitment. We're with you every week.
And this is when humanity needs those 9 weeks. This is when you want those 9 weeks. This is that July-August culmination. Remember, August 12th is also an emergency lineage holder moment.
Yeah, and we'll be publishing that. We invite you to join us for that. And so navigating the inner matrix is an opportunity to dissolve those habitual psychic patterns that keep you stuck in a paradigm that would limit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not embrace the peace and the joy that is your nature and the abundance that you deserve?
Or just breathe the background, right? This is live, guys. This is not a green screen. So I do want to show you the Ascended Numerology, because the Ascended Numerology for this month is profound. And go ahead and just take a breath, maybe bring your hands to your heart. The first thing that I want you to notice is that July in and of itself comes in as the 11 on the wheel. The 11 is always that moment of, okay, it's that last step to climb the mountain. It's that moment where you're like, oh my God, I made it. It's that moment of here we are, or it's that moment where the pendulum is swung as far as it can in one direction and it's going to fall backwards again. Well, in this case, it's coming in as an 11 in a year that is a 5 plus the infinite. So not only are we coming in as the 11, we're taking off like a comet. The experience of July is massive, because not only is it coming in at the 11 and then saying, okay, no, we're pulling all of it forward. Everything that was supposed to, but was in the potentiality of this timeline to happen today has been pushed forward into mid-August. And that's because of this gift of the infinite pop. So if you look at that triangle on the 5, we're looking at the clock, you notice that there's a purple arrow that comes out of that 5 and goes right into that infinite. Well, that's July 2021. This entire month is going to be about taking off and bouncing into the infinite, and then about trusting where you come out. Well, the first place we come out is in that unified field of the July 2021, which means you come back out of that infinite. You've gone up from the 5 and down to the 7, forming a perfect pyramid of foundational energy. You're pulling it all from the 11, you're building the pyramid. You're saying yes. And then, and we've already done it, right? On the 2nd, on the July 2nd, when that Mercury post phase ended, we went from the infinite, that's that red arrow coming out of the infinite, and you see what happened? We've got a double foundation. You've got, not only did we do it once, we did it twice and said, we get it. For those of us that are awake, we get it. We have the support. We're going to do it. And by the time we hit that full moon on the 24th and the 6th opens, wow, because the 6th is opening from perfect balance. And so we haven't even talked about the body yet.
No.
And
we'll come
but
back
we
to
will,
that.
and we will come back to it. But I want you to just really call in that the experience. And I love that our hummingbird's been chirping the whole time. I hope you can hear that. The experience of July is about entering into a field of energy. Because remember, the 11 is that left divine energy. This whole month is about the divine energy pouring through. It's how you receive it that's going to define the month. And so the ascended numerology, the experience, all of it is an invitation into the law of instantaneous manifestation in a way that you have not ever done it before. And this matters because the June, July, and those 9 weeks started this week, the last week with the July 1 opening. That was week 1. It's 9 weeks, and that takes us right to the end of August. These are the 9 weeks where humanity is going to have to face itself in ways it has not faced itself before. And what's so beautiful is that we have ignited enough light that the energy that was around today, that's why Shri and I are broadcasting as a celebration of light everywhere. This could have gone really different today. This is a celebration. Our consciousness has gone further than it has ever gone before. With every breath we take, we are expanding beyond where we have expanded before. True freedom is knowing that we can break free of that which is seeking to distract us. Where is your attention? Where is your steadfast commitment, your focused awareness, and your complete trust? Where is your joy? Because they're all the same, are they not?
They all arise from a state of being that is authentic.
Yeah.
You know, people sometimes talk about the word authenticity as if it means they told the truth. That isn't what it's about. Although, yes, you will speak truth when you are in your authenticity.
True.
Authenticity is that state of being that is aligned with the highest aspect of you. That is the essence of your soul's energy as it is expressing through this body of form, this personality of form, and busting through all of the limitations that are no longer useful. When I say busting through all the limitations, what I'm referring to is the natural evolutionary process that we all go through. It's called growing up. Well, what happens if growing up means growing into beingness, evolving out of the refraction that is density, that is the mass consciousness of third dimension, which is a refracted reality separated from the highest beauty and balance. As we grow into our authentic being, we become a radiant force for that authenticity, which is the energy that allows all to exist. Now, there's a fun thing. The energy of your authenticity is the same energy that animates all. And that's the experience of oneness. Ultimately, shedding all need to try to control life and moving into an alignment of flow with life brings you to your authenticity and brings you to that state of bliss that we sometimes call oneness.
Or all times can. Either way, and in that oneness state, our physical body starts speaking to us. And in a month of experience, we're going to go back to the Ascended Numerology now and share about the physical body, the Ascended Numerology effect on the physical body. So again, if we look at that 11, this month, the essence of July, the energy of July, and that never changes. July in and of itself is always going to be a month about the divine energy of the left side being the radiating presence that we can assist us, that we can tap into. And then when we bring it into the year, we move from that specific July to our truth, to the throat. Now, we've been visiting the throat a lot this year because that is the year. Let us not forget that this entire year is about finding your truth, living your truth, being your truth, radiating your truth. That the more truth, the better. It's about, and that's what Shree's sharing, is that authenticity. Naked authenticity is not being afraid to be who you are. And in this year, you don't have a choice.
Well, and this whole energy
it's every month
of the five
right.
is continuing to call the throat, meaning your truth, into present time. Instead of denying what you know is true and trying to conform to some reality that you feel you'll be better approved, whatever your motive is, as we begin to let the outside mirror the inside, our truth is not hidden,
right?
Then the authenticity begins to radiate with ever greater potency and love.
And this month, that truth, right? Remember, July came in at that 11. So this month, the whole energy of the month is saying, if you're right here, we're here with you, right? It's here. Goes into your truth. And then that goes right back out to the infinite presence. And how you meet the infinite presence determines the vision. It's coming right back in. This entire month is about bringing the divine energy of the left side into the truth that is expressing in your body of form as it reaches out to the divine with appreciation and a yes, and then as it releases the ego to invite that energy in from the infinite to become the vision. That's the opportunity. It's a massive experience. And then, you gotta love this, on July 2nd, it took you back into the truth. And on Shree's birthday, July 10, this coming Saturday, this week, it's going to take us up to the lotus chakra of creation, where we are going to hang out all weekend. And on that up level date, we are being called into the very foundation of who we are 1 month before the August 12 lineage holder. Get there, be there, let everyone you know we need to call in another experience moment. It's huge. It's just so huge, I can barely stand it. I can barely stand it. I mean, do you feel it, guys? Do you feel the gift of this?
This month has a lot of potency and a lot of calling forward kind of energy.
Yeah.
And so, of course, you need to pay attention. What are you allowing to come forward? What are you choosing to align with? And the world around you will be offering their choices. Whether the choices are conscious or unconscious doesn't matter. The energy is flowing through.
Yeah.
Each one of us is a vehicle of energy. Each one of us is a mirror of the divine and of creation. As we choose to bring our attention to that which is of the highest, we co-create the highest. It is that simple. To see each being at their highest expression, to love yourself more as you are and as you are not. To allow this fertile field of your life to continue to bloom, to continue to create. You're not finished yet. We aren't finished yet. There's more joy to come.
You know, there really is. And I want to go back to the fear dimension. And the next time we show this, I do have a beautiful animation of this that was done for us by a beautiful being. And when we look at the fear dimension, what I want you to remember right now is that in the experience energy, in the energy of everything that Shree and I are sharing, this month is about that spiral. So you see that blue spiral that's moving through it all, And this spiral is moving through it all. When you go and you gaze at the up-level calendar again, when you look at the June up-level calendar, it's all about the spiral. So as it is all about the spiral, what are you bringing into the spiral? Where are you in the spiral? And are you aware, and this is important, are you aware of the remnant victim consciousness that would be seeking to stop you from either breaking out of a lateral spiral or one that's actually keeping you in a propulsion that's bringing you downward spiraling? The key to remember is that you're never going to get out of the spiral. The gift is that you are the spiral, and the minute you remember that, no matter where you are, you can instantaneously, the law of instantaneous manifestation, you can instantaneously shift it. Instantaneously. And what that does take, my angels, is the conscious recognition of where you are in this pyramid of spiritual awakening. Now, if you adjust your eyes into what we're showing you, and if you're just listening, let me explain. Imagine a triangle that has 4 slices, right? It has 4 levels, so to speak. Mm-hmm. We're born, our foundation is density consciousness. It's why we're here. It is something that we are here for, that we are grateful for, that we stand up in line for, and that as the mastery presence you are right now has been called up for, because it is the greatest opportunity to expand consciousness, which is the greatest experience and reason for it all. And then through density consciousness, you can move into what's known as spiritual activism, which is simply a greatest move from a me focus to a we focus. However, it's a polarized we. It's a we that gets sophisticated and judgmental. And then from there
we move into Ascension awareness, which is where our focus is less about us versus them, or feeling that we have to correct something in the world. When we move into Ascension awareness, we're more in the living life from the transcendent perspective, being in the world but not of the world, loving beings, knowing that we forgive them, they know not what they do in many cases. To instead of being polarized, we are unifying. And the Ascension awareness level is a natural progression as we surrender the need to control and judge. So as you kind of consider this for a moment, density is very much a self-absorbed level where a lot of people play. And then when they begin to activate their hearts, they move into a form of activism. They're expressing their love and concern in various ways. And as that energy evolves, they move into a sense of, I do have passion for helping, but there's absolutely nothing wrong. I'm just making it more beautiful.
And I'm trying to make him more beautiful in every way. Oh, yeah. Anyway, this is the gift of the moment, is that as we are in the experience of July, as consciousness is expanding, as everything is moving beyond where it has been before, breathe that in. Just take a moment right now, right? You want to guide us in one Ave Sa breath?
Absolutely.
Because really breathe that in. This moment of experience, everything we're just sharing, being able to lift, you saw those illuminations in that pyramid, being able to lift that consciousness is really about the egoic mind of density discovering the joy of relaxing and receiving the guidance of the mastery presence. So let's just take in an Ave Sa breath.
So the mastery presence, the gateway, is right here in your own heart center, and it begins by bringing your consciousness and breath into alignment. Ave means I recognize the divine. Hail to the divine. Ave. And Sa is I release all resistance to that flow, to that energy. We inhale Ave, we exhale Sa. Try it with us right now. Let's take that breath in. Ave. Sa. Let a smile come to your face. We're going to do it 2 more times just to anchor that in. Ave on the inhale. Here we go. Sa. Ave. Sa. Now let your breath breathe naturally and notice the peace that anchors
You know, as you're breathing that right now, one of the blessings of this moment is the opportunity to remember that as we ignite our ascended presence within, as we relax and say yes and lift into the greater, broader view, the recognition that all energy at the end is neutral, that the allness is all, that there is no limitation, and that when we can lift and begin to see the expanded experience through self-compassion and self-love. So what you're gazing at is, if you gaze at this, you see at the bottom where it says third. That's the third dimensional incarnation of self. And when we begin to look, when we begin to awaken, when we begin to remember more, the first thing we become aware of is that self. It's the witness of self, which is a very popular, lots and lots of books and people teaching it, because it really is the foundation. It's where it begins. And then it's about loving yourself enough to lift up out and say yes to you and enter into the fifth dimensional presence of the witnesser, where you can wrap those beautiful wings of the loving arms of the divine around the you, where you can hold the neutrality and love of the self, where you can let go of the imminence of judgment. And through the practice of holding that and that release of those judgments, you lift up. You notice you lift up from the fifth. It's as if you're standing up truly for the first time and unfurl a new set of experiences, eyes, wings, however you want to refer to it, as the witnessing energy, thereby offering you the foundation to lift again into the ninth dimension, where you become the witness all over again, where the mastery presence of the divine that you are, the eternal presence, fully illuminates. This is the yoga of self-ascension. The mastery attainment of the yoga of self-ascension is when that mastery presence fully illuminates the body of form, thereby being the embodiment of the law of instantaneous manifestation. And as the divine directors have always said, imagine a world where with every breath and with every moment, you only saw the highest expression of each being for this lifetime. And they also go on to say that as you hold that and as you support that mission, the body of form will regenerate, reverse age, and remain as long as it serves that experience. The upliftment of consciousness, the 4 steps of self-ascension. Again, if you don't know what that is, get into Navigating Your Matrix right now. All of that is to sustain the expansion of consciousness. We are at a profound moment, and August is a choice point. And the experience right now, this 9-week presence and this June, July, August presence, we are at a moment where we are really determining, where do we want to go from here?
Mm-hmm.
Not just individually, not just collectively. We're talking, where does the consciousness that has created this extraordinary experience collectively, utilizing the limited language of this world to share this, where do you want to go? And let go of the personal identity with that question.
Yeah.
The oneness is speaking through you, with you, as you. And it begins with the you as the one is the all. The experience of that is before us in rich new textures and ways in July.
And what happens to people as a whole is, on the where do you want to go question, is if your consciousness is expanding, if your energy is lifting, we become kind of self-sustaining of, I am ever expanding.
Yes.
I am ever refining.
Yes.
I am lifting. It's just, there's more. The universe is an open door.
Woo,
now,
woo.
if fear is running your experience more fully, then we tend to cycle back to old stories and old paradigms.
Yeah.
And we tend to go through the evolutionary stages again, reverting back to the basic physical issues. And so the cycle that humanity often goes through is one of beginning to lift and then recycling back. And the recycling back can go through a lot of painful stages.
Yeah, it really can.
And each of us does have a choice. Each of us can participate in the collective. The key here is, as Kira's sharing about the law of instantaneous manifestation, this doesn't come because you learned a magic incantation. This doesn't come because you've got a diploma of some sort. The law of instantaneous manifestation is the direct result of your ascended frequency.
There it is.
That is, you relax the need to control as you release the worldly attachments and become more available as that transcendent energy. Your body goes, oh, okay, we don't have to worry about the cause and effect of the physical, because we're working on a lot of love energy right now, and your energy field begins to pull to you those experiences and resources that are necessary for the continuation of this radiation of authenticity.
Well, I have to jump in because this is really so important. And then we're going to get to the phone lines. I know we got a lot of you holding. Be patient. We're coming. Remember, you can call in at either one, 888-627-6008 over at BBS, or 517-208-1500 over at Oneness. And Shri, I really wanted to jump in here because as we are navigating this moment, as humanity is navigating this moment right now, we're at an essence moment where simultaneously we are aware, yet apathy is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
And I want to bring this in because the question is, what are you willing to really do? And I'm smiling around that because I'm reminded of COVID is right in front of all of us. And I go back to looking at Monday Magic, looking at, have you started looking at the good, at the activating force that has come forward? And I want to step right up here and say I have a right to talk about this because I lost 2 brothers during this. So I'm right here. I know what this does. And the activating gift of this is that when it started, I remember Shri and I, but right away we jumped in and said, okay, we're here because it was a truth activator. And we have seen a lot of that 5, right? That truth activation coming in ever since this 2-year up level. And let's just not forget, not only is the 5, the July, right? Not only is that right here, let us not forget that the 5 is also what? It's eternal life. The 5 is the 5-pointed star. You know, we've been blessed. We've been walking around our property lately. I'm starting to take pictures. You would not believe how many 5-pointed stars we have here. Even a local delicacy is made as a 5-pointed star because there's so much honoring of that eternal life. And we live in a sacred valley where we are beaming to you from right now, where there are people here that are 100, late 90s, over that, walking to our clinic from the mountain. It might take them 2 hours, but they are walking to the clinic without any issues.
Yeah.
There is a magic to the Gaia experience of balance, and this truth is coming forward. You know, just now, many of you are experiencing the effects of Gaia saying, I am overheating. Right? Gaia's going through her menopause, guys. She's getting hot flashes. And she's like, look, guys, I'm giving you a warning. I'm letting you know this is happening. And so help me help you. Are we listening? You know, this is one of the blessings is that every day Shri and I wake up, we get dressed and we go hike the mountain. And the mountain is responding with so much love right now. Gaia will love you back if you love her more. And so as we start saying yes and take out our apathetic energy, move our bodies and say yes to the truth of who we are, why not let that experience replace the experience of surfing the web and getting your adrenaline going, of having conversations, of I've talked to too many people who just want to go down that hole of whatever debate is important to them.
Right.
What about the debate of what are we doing as a race, as a species? What are we doing in consciousness? This is the moment for those of us that are ready to have this conversation.
And the conversation is important. And I think many of you would agree with this. There was a gift through the crisis that we are calling, that is COVID. Every trauma,
It's an activator. Yeah.
every trauma that you've experienced has some form of spiritual gift associated with it, or it would never have come forward in the way it did. This doesn't mean there isn't suffering. I'm not addressing that. What I am saying is COVID called many of us to clarity.
Yep.
COVID called many of us into action. COVID helped us discover what our true priorities are. And it revealed for many people where they needed support. They didn't realize they missed it until it was gone. And to be able to honor and respect that. There's so many gifts that came forward. Now, these gifts I'm referring to are all energetic gifts. These are all spiritual gifts. And those are the gifts through which we build our trust in life and allow us to ascend. If you don't trust life, you will be defensive for the duration. When we begin to cultivate trust, even in the face of adversity, we begin to see that something is shifting and that we can flow with that. We cultivate the capacity to live an empowered life regardless of the circumstances.
And this is important to remember right now, because how many do you know, maybe you yourself, are tired of it? Are saying, oh, I'm so tired, it feels like it's been so long. Well, first of all, we knew it was a 2-year window, okay? The universe told us up front, it's gonna be 2020 and 2021. At the end of 2020 last year, go back and watch some of our videos, we came forward and I shared, remember 2021 is a mirror. It's a mirror of 2020. How it's mirroring we're experiencing right now. And so remember, we're almost there and we need to get there. I can't stress this enough. We've been in the marathon, we've been going. Guys, you know what? If I need pom-poms, I'll do it. Whatever it is, it's like, let's go. We can do it, right? It is that 5-star general moment. And everything is going to try to take you away because we're that close to the finish line and we're really doing well. And this August 12 lineage holder, massively important. Help us support as many people as possible being there for that which is going to happen right before the Navigating the Inner Matrix journey that night. Massively huge. And on July 12, that 1-month window opens as an Ascension up-level date. And when this calendar came out, that July 12 Ascension up-level date was power-filled enough, much less that it's an igniter for that August 12 experience. So let's bring hands to our heart. I know we have tons of you holding. Shri, why don't we say hello to some of these beautiful people who have been holding so long?
Let's start over at BBS Radio.
All right. Hey, BBS Radio.
We'll go over to line 1 where Jorge is holding.
Jorge.
First timer. Welcome to the show.
Namaste, sweetheart. Welcome. I don't hear you, honey. All right, we're going to come back to you then. Shri, let's go ahead and let's go over to Oneness Talk Radio.
All righty.
All right, a couple people with their hands up with some Ascension symptom questions. So we're going to go to the unknown caller with their hand up first.
We got a wireless caller. Hey,
unknown
you're
caller.
live.
Namaste. Question for Sri Ramka. Honey, is it us?
No, we're good.
Okay, we're going to try somebody else. All right, let's go ahead and say hello to someone else. Let's see. Let's make sure. All right, we're going to go to, looks like we're going to go to California. All right, we're going to Mill Valley, California. Hey, Mill Valley.
Hello there.
Hi, Sri and Kira. Hi, this is Fuljeet from California.
Hi, sweetheart. Namaste. Welcome.
Oh, wow. Talk about love, instant manifestation. Oh my God, I was praying that you would answer. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here.
I just have to say, like, today's show, I'm almost like spellbound, because if I needed to hear this, I think the whole world needs to hear this, and I wish there were more people listening, and I wish I could get more people tuning in, because what you and Shri are doing is so profound, and I am so grateful. You know, I was sitting here, I'm sitting with my dog in the sun, and I've been doing all the practices from last year. Yesterday, I actually sat with my back against a tree, and I did the Anuloma Viloma breathing, and I did the Avesa breathing, and I journaled, and I was reading the the Bhagavad Gita that you recommended last year, Kira, in the class, which I wish I had taken, but I couldn't at that time financially. But I bought the book and I was reading it, and I had everything come. I was feeling sorry for myself, but I realized that, all is in divine order, and there's a reason why. I guess if I'm asking to resolve all the issues in my life and be my authentic self, then obviously these things are coming forward. And, it's like I'm sitting here thinking and feeling sorry for myself. I'm going to be 40 in 6 months. What am I doing with my life? Why am I still having these issues with my mom? Like, why can't I get it together? But this is such a beautiful gift, and I can rewrite my story. And I'm so in awe, because Thursday's class was absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful that you both included the Sacred Union book, because reading that made me feel that I really am not crazy, and I'm not alone, and I'm doing everything right, and life does love me. Mother Gaia does love me, and I am supported. And I have no words. Like, every moment is a gift, and I created a song for myself that I've been singing when things come up that I don't know how to deal with in that moment. And I know if I reflected and, was in my higher authentic self, I could handle it better. But sometimes in the moment, especially when they're trigger issues, you can't. So I created a song, and I've been singing it, which is, I am so grace-filled, I am in bliss, I am so joy-filled, thank you, God, for this.
Aww.
And it's
Thank you,
Thank you.
sweetheart.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, sweetheart, I just want to, Shri and I both, I'm sending you all of the beauty of Tosa Blue Mountain out to you. And I really want to remind you that, I was 41 when I met Shri, and he was 50. So the best part of your life is just beginning.
Yeah, you're just getting started, and there's
You're just
plenty
there,
of time.
and you are doing fabulous. And I love that your energy field is very radiantly green right now. There's a lot of green around you. And so that type of radiant emerald and green light is very much about the riches of life that are yours to harvest. And as I share that with you, I also am seeing this huge Raphael presence, Archangel Raphael presence, that is inviting you to, they're saying, remember to keep breathing and smiling, because it's unfolding in ways that you're already aware of, yet not fully conscious of. And again, I can't stop smiling. Everything around you is smiling. And so thank you for bringing your smile. And I want to just also affirm, so that everyone listening can be affirmed with you, that you have modeled and are modeling sincerity, love, and presence, which is the foundation of all miracles. So thank you for the miracle of you, honey.
Yes, thank you. Please, keep doing whatever you're doing. Don't stop. Like, keep reverse aging, because we need you, and you both are so amazing. I'm so grateful every single day. Any time where I feel I'm losing my grip on my authenticity, you pop up, and I'm so grateful that you're doing not just Monday Night Magic, but also the Thursday classes, and the whole team. I can't wait to come to Ecuador. Like, I have no words, to describe how grateful I am for you both.
Oh.
I pray for your, physical form to sustain you as long as possible.
Well, thank you, my love. And
Much
until we
love,
can
dear.
do this in person, we're holding you right now. Mwah. Many blessings, honey. Namaste.
And I just want to pick up on the joy and the sincerity of this.
Yes. What a gift for today's experience.
When we let go of any need to define ourselves by linear time, we begin to understand ourselves in terms of the various chapters in our life, the various experiences that we're calling forward, and that never ends. We keep calling forward these experiences and these evolutionary opportunities, and it's all good.
Yes, it really is. And so, beloved ones, as you bring your hands to your heart as we enter into the July experience, as we move forward with all that is happening right now, may your heart know that the master within you is ready to say yes, as you are ready to say yes to the master.
Beloved ones, until we have the joy of being live with you next week, may you breathe deeply, may you trust more, and may you discover for yourself that all is truly well.
Namaste.
Thank you for joining us at Shri and Kira Live. To have your questions answered, send us an email to guest@shriandkiraradio.com and check out more information at shriandkira.com. See you next week. Namaste.